first year law student here in Miami. I go to St. Thomas University, which is in North Miami. Today is actually Thursday. It has been a week. I woke up today at like 7:30, but I didn't really film my morning just because didn't even know I was gonna vlog. I was just like, this has been a long week. It's only the second week of the semester. It's spring semester right now, so that contributes to something. I'm still in my first year of law school, and I am also first gen, so like, listen, I do have some mentors, but it has been difficult. It's kind of interesting because I feel like somehow this semester is getting harder than last semester. I don't know why. Like, I thought last semester was just going to be the hardest because of the learning curve and all these things, but I think this semester is getting a little harder because I don't know, I think I just like see how well I do when I study which isn't, I know it's crazy to think about. So I feel like I just want to do better, and I know that I'm capable of it. It just requires more work and time. So listen, I might just be challenging myself. I am my own competition. Like, I don't know. Today, because it's Thursday, I don't have class until 1, so I've just been reading this morning. I'm gonna start cleaning in a little bit. I'm literally still in my pajamas. Like, I'm in my pajamas. Like, I haven't gotten dressed. Today I have crim law, so I'm gonna do some more readings for crim, and then I have to get started on some legal research assignment that we have, just because I want to make sure. I feel like that class I did pretty decently. I did well, and I did not try that hard, which I know sounds so bad, but like, I feel like that's one class that I can do really good in if I just dedicate more time to it. And same for property. I really like our property class. So today's goals is going to be legal research and property, of course, after crim, but this morning's goal is crim. I have lunch, so I'll probably eat that here, and then I'm going to be meeting with Minnie afterwards, or maybe Maria. We'll see who's available. And then, yeah, we're gonna have a productive day. Okay, so what I find most effective for me is I look at the Quimby video first to kind of get a guide of what I'm supposed to be reading. And then I also use StudyCada, which I literally love their in-depth analysis. It really helps with looking at the big picture. So I'll look at StudyCada as well. And then I'll just like kind of take notes on like my brief, and I'll try to consolidate this with whatever the professor says in class. Okay, so I know that people can say that law school is really annoying because it's hard, and I am one of those people. Like, it is annoying because it's hard and really demanding, and there's just a lot of different things that you have to be doing within the same week. Like, if it was more spread out, it would be more manageable, but 200 pages is absolutely ridiculous. Like, and you don't just read 200 pages. Like, keep in mind, some of these cases are like from the 1800s, so it's like, wherefore art thou language, you know what I'm saying? So it's not easy, so keep that in mind. But anyways, where I was going with that is like, even though law school is very hard, it's so interesting. Like, genuinely, if you're into this kind of stuff, like, it's a good time. Like, apart from the pain, I just read a case where a caregiver was not providing care to these 2 babies, and one of them died from malnutrition. Everyone was like, yeah, like, it was her fault, she killed him. So there's like different legal elements that need to be met. One of them is duty for her to be at fault for this, and this is like a child's death. Like, this is manslaughter. So as far as I know, listen, I'm in criminal law right now, so I don't even know the definition of manslaughter, so keep that in mind. I'm just talking about what I think is interesting for this one specific case and one specific reading that was like a page long, so keep that in mind. But I just think it's interesting because it's like certain things need to exist as a prerequisite in order for her to even be considered to be at fault. So like, was there even a duty? And then we were like talking about, or the reading was discussing when a legal duty exists, and I just think that's so cool. So like, I don't know, if you're like in high school and you like debate or just like research or reading, anything like that, I feel like, listen, law school might be for you, because I love debate and I loved like research and like argument building, and like, I don't know, I just really like that stuff. I also really like loopholes and like Survivor, at least like the TV show, as far as like strategy, things like that. So I think that reading's really cool. But yeah, I know law school's hard, so you know, But would you rather be paid $20 an hour as a paralegal, or do you want to maximize on how cool this is and like all your work, because 3 years are gonna pass by anyways, and you know, potentially make not $20 an hour but $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 an hour, you know what I'm saying? So just food for thought. So Eric and I got takeout last night. Thank God we have some leftovers. We actually have a lot of chicken left over. I just heated it up. There's rice, a lot of chicken, a little bit of pickles, and some hummus. So I'm gonna eat this before class. It's still pretty early. It's 11:59 right now. So I don't have to leave here probably until like 12:45 because my class is at 1:45. And I just wanna try to not be late because these professors are very strict this semester, which I'm not used to. So I'm gonna eat this while probably just watching case briefs or like something else on YouTube. This is random, but I love this channel. Like, they're so fun. They have a farm in their backyard, which is just super cool. So they're called Weed 'em and Reap, and this is like my guilty pleasure when I don't want to. I don't even think that's called a guilty pleasure, but I love watching them when I don't want to worry about anything. I don't want to think about anything. I just want good vibes. Remember that there's still good people out there, and you know, fun. I just put chicken in the air fryer so I can pack my lunch with me because I'm gonna go study, and I don't want to keep on spending money on food like last night. But anyways, I made another smoothie because the one I made earlier got hijacked by Eric. No, I'm joking. I gave it to him because he was gonna go to work, so I wanted him to have breakfast. So this is my quick lunch that I don't have, or I guess dinner at this point. Yeah, this is gonna be dinner because I don't have any meal prep chicken. So I just did some real good frozen chicken tenders from Costco, and I'm gonna do that with a Hawaiian roll or 2 Hawaiian rolls with cheese, tomatoes, and then I'll just pack some snacks on the side. My sister at the moment too, so when I get back on that, okay, class ended. I'm gonna take off my glasses because the glare is just ridiculous. But anyways, class ended and it was really draining. Like, I am tired. That class was a lot, and it just sucks because honestly the reading was pretty interesting. So it sucks that like the reading was more interesting than the lecture, which is gonna happen. Like, our professors are just very, you know, sometimes the professor's just there to teach, and like hopefully there can be like discourse and things like that throughout the class, but other times they're just not, and it's just a really long lecture. We only got through literally one case. Maria's calling me. Okay, yeah, she's coming. Yay. So regardless, I still have a lot of work to do. This is a long weekend, so I'm actually really excited because I get to sleep. Well, I don't really sleep in on the weekends too much, but I still like to go to sleep late. Like, I don't know, I'm excited. I'm at Panera again because something about studying in like a nice place that doesn't feel like a cage like some libraries. Like, I do not like my library at my law school. Like, it feels like a cage with fluorescents. I like sitting by windows and looking at croissants I can't afford. So that is my motivation. Okay, so I'm at Panera. I'm gonna study here with Maria. I think Minnie's coming too, but she might be napping. But anyways, I'm gonna study. I do have a lot of work to do, and I actually have a call, so I'm gonna make an alarm for 5:30 p.m. so that I send out a text, because I'm interested in healthcare law, which is very niche. So I'm trying to connect with healthcare attorneys in Miami, and it's just a very niche area of the law. And on top of that, attorneys are very busy. So just connecting with somebody has been a lot of trial and error and a lot of persistence, and just being okay with rescheduling and things like that. So I'm gonna do some readings. I have an assignment due tomorrow, so I'm gonna do that as well for my legal research class. I'm gonna get started on my legal research memo as well, because we have an e-memo. I don't even know what that is. I've never written one. So, and there's no instructions. So part of law school is also dealing with the fact that, you know, you're pretending to be a new associate at a firm. And so that's why in my legal research class, we literally came up with a firm name, and my firm name won. We voted on like 20 different names and mine won, which is Superior Legal. That's our firm name. I also submitted law and disorder, but my professor said we couldn't use that. So anyways, we're pretending to be associates essentially, and we're giving these tasks and assignments that we're not given a lot of, you know, guidance on. Like there's very, very little instructions, but we're still expected to do them properly. So I want to get it done so that if I do have questions along the way, I can just ask my professor tomorrow, because I'm sure that I'm gonna have a lot of questions, because again, there's no instructions. Yeah, I just want to do better in this class because I didn't really try last semester and I did pretty well. So I'm just hoping that if I try, I'll do even better. So that is my goal for this class. PJs now. Eric's still at work, pobrecito, but I'm chilling. I was so productive today, so I was thankful. Like I did do a lot of case briefing for next week, and since this weekend's a long weekend, I'm happy because I don't have class on Monday, which is so nice. Like I feel like I'm gonna start my outlines, because one of my professors mentioned midterms today, and I was like, oh, I have not recovered from the trauma of last semester, so stop right now. That was a jump scare. I was unprepared for that. Like, no. I also finally got on a call with a healthcare attorney here in Miami, and she does really, really cool work. And it is like a healthcare attorney isn't somebody that just does like medical malpractice. Like it's so much more than that, and it's kind of like revenue management. So what she does is that she handles revenue management for hospitals, and it is really complex because there's a lot of statutes and statutes of limitations for hospitals that they can sue on if an insurance wrongly denies coverage. Prior to law school, I worked in software sales and I sold health software, so I had to learn like part of like how that kind of works. So when you do have like a claim, like it gets sent to like a clearinghouse, and then the clearinghouse sends it a file to like the insurance, and the insurance like decides like if it's approved or not, kind of thing. I don't know, it's really confusing. Like I still need to learn about this, but that's my point. I need to learn about this. Like I want more experience in this, because the experience I've like had isn't enough. And so I just really want experience in healthcare law, and it's just tough out here. And I don't know, I just feel like coming into law school, I thought that I would, you know, have a really good chance of getting experience in healthcare law, because I have, you know, experience in it already, or experience at least in health tech, and like how that kind of works. And it just kind of sucks because like I don't know, like part of the reason why I wanted to make my channel is because I'm first gen, so like no one else in my family has done this. Like no one else has gotten a doctorate, so I should be proud of myself, you know. Like I should be so proud to be where I am, you know. And you know, I have an amazing scholarship. I'm so blessed to go to the school that I go to, and I'm so blessed to be in such an amazing position of privilege to even attend law school classes, like to study law. Like that's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? So like I have to put it in that perspective, or I'm just gonna like just get sad. Because like talking today, like comparison is a thief of joy, honestly. Like talking to the attorney today just like made me realize like I still have so much left, and it's just hard because like I don't go, that was the second reason why I wanted to make this channel, is because I don't go to a top 20 law school. I go to a very averagely ranked law school, you know. And that to me is fine, because I decided that money was my priority. I did not want to take out a bunch of loans to go to a good regional law school, or like a higher ranked regional law school. Like that wasn't my main goal. Like my main goal was to just like not take out loans, to have my scholarship do what it needs to do. And it's still my goal, and I'm still happy with my decision, because I'm getting a good education, and I know I'm smart, I know I'm capable. And if I did it with if I did it without a JD, I can do it with a JD, period. But it is just hard because she kind of put it into perspective that like, you know, like law is very elitist. Like it is a very classist field, and you know, the school you graduate from says a lot. And she literally told me that she went to a very low ranked law school as well. She went to Nova Law School, so that's like a very low ranked law school. And she told me, she's like, yeah, like I applied for this job when she graduated, she didn't get it, but then when she did her master's in law at Georgetown, she applied again and they gave it to her. And they literally told her that the reason that she got that job was because she graduated from Georgetown. As a firm, like, that's great. Like, you get to put that on your website, on your firm's website. So like, it makes sense. And so she really had me thinking about like maybe doing my master's at a better law school to kind of, you know, increase the pedigree of my resume. And that just is hard to come to terms with, but it's like the reality of the corporate world we live in. So I've just been thinking about a bunch of different stuff. Next week I have a meeting with one of my career counselors on this internship that I want to do at a clinic that we have a contract with, or the school has a contract with. I really hope that meeting goes well. Like, I'm just losing speed, losing momentum. Like, I don't know, I'm on my period, like I'm sad. Like, I don't know, like there's a lot of sacrifice that goes into law school. Like, I am not making money. Like, I'm actually spending money I don't even have. You know what I'm saying? So it just is really hard, and I want this to be worth it, and I know it will be. I know it will be. But my thing is, I want it to be worth it year one, and I have to come to terms with the fact that, you know, it's probably not going to be what I want it to be my first year out of law school. Like, it's just not going to happen. Like, I don't know. I feel like I just needed a pep talk. And it was a very informative conversation. I'm really happy I spoke with her, and she was so great, so educated. She's a boss. Like, she killed it. Like, and she just told me the stuff that she did, and yeah, it was a long journey to get to where she is, and she's still like at the start of her career. Like, she's still like, it's her first year at her firm. She did 3 years of law school, 1 year for her master's, I'm pretty sure. And now she's like, you know, doing her job. And she, you know, I just feel like I think about like the cost of living, especially in Miami. Like, things are so expensive here. And so she was being so real with me and told me that she's living comfortably. Like, with all the loans she has, she is living comfortably, but she is somebody that's married, so her income is a dual income household, which is really nice. And I just hope that's me, because it would be nice to share bills with somebody. I don't know, it's just like I want to make sure that I'm making the right decisions, but also I have to keep in mind that like a master's in law, or even a master's in anything, is going to be 3 years down the line. So I kind of have to push that off to the side and just accept the opportunities that come my way. And if this summer I don't get to do what I want to do, then, you know, like, maybe I can just take some classes. I can go work in personal injury, which I don't want to do. I don't want, like, I feel like everyone does personal injury or immigration or real estate, and I'm not interested in any of those. So yeah, I don't want to be picky, because I'm like, the opportunity is a blessing, but I also learned in my last jobs and like my gap years before law school that it is really important to like what you do. And so I want to make sure that I like what I do, and I'm not just doing it for money, because that's what I did in my last job, and look how that turned out. Like, I was miserable, because like, well, sales is just a miserable job, but you know what I mean. So I don't know, I'm just thinking, I'm really in my head a lot. I feel like I'm really in my head right now. I need to like take myself out of it. There's just like a lot of pressure to be successful, because you're investing a lot in law school, and I know I'm gonna be successful. Like, that's just not even a question, because Jesus loves me. Like, I'm God's favorite, period. So like, I know I'm gonna be successful. It's just the road of getting there that just makes me nervous. And like, I don't know, like, what opportunities I'm gonna have this summer. So I think about that as well, and I don't know. So I just don't know, but I need to get out of my head, because like, I'm thinking too far ahead. Like, my goal is this summer, and that's just been a hard goal, because I have been applying, and it's a tough economy.